All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Blindview, right here on Rumble. And here is your host, Miss Rebecca Meadows.
Hello, everyone. How is everybody this evening? Thank you so much for joining us for this exciting episode of The Blind View. I am your host, Rebecca S. Meadows, and my co-hosts, Brandon and Anya, are with us, as well as a new guest. I hope he's signed on. His name is Paul. How is everybody?
Hi everyone. I'm doing great. Hope everybody's doing fantastic as well this Wednesday. I hear someone.
Hello, everybody. I told you that I thought there was getting to be a little bit too much feminine direction to the show. So this is Brandon Miller, otherwise known as the Brandinator, here with you guys live on location yet again. And I have brought a friend named Paul. So I don't know how everybody's feeling about that, but as far as I know, Paul was able to sign in, log on, link up, and is here with us tonight. So Paul originally hails from the state of Alaska, but he's not there anymore. He is somewhere different. So I don't know what he wants to say or not say, but
Welcome to the show,
yeah,
Paul.
now that there's a
If
little
he's
better
here,
balance.
can we hear from Paul if he's here?
Yeah, welcome, Paul. Introduce yourself to us. Tell us about you.
Well, thank you all for having me very much. I appreciate y'all having me here and the time that I get to be here with y'all. I live in Northern California now. And yes, I was raised in Alaska. I was actually adopted by the family that I have in Alaska. And I lived there until I was 18 years old. And then I went to a center for the blind in California. And then I found work in Missouri for 2.5 years. And then I came back here to California and have worked here for 7. And actually, unfortunately, just got laid off a few weeks ago. So kind of dealing with that right now and trying to kind of navigate that whirlwind of a situation. That's in a nutshell kind of where I've been and a little bit about who I am. And once again, thank you all for having me here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you.
Oh, and Lori's with us as well this evening. Hi, Lori.
Hi there.
So we have Paul with us.
I missed a little bit of what Paul was saying.
Yeah. So Lori, Paul is new tonight. He's a friend of
Hi there.
Brandon's. Yeah. So
Evening.
Paul, this is
Hi there.
Lori. She's one of our hosts as well.
Okay, great.
Hi.
Does everybody want to get started now?
Sure.
Okay.
I just have one question.
What's that, Lori?
Where did you work, Paul?
I used to work. I worked at Envision in Missouri.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in Kansas, so I don't know if Envision is affiliated. Like we have Envision in Wichita, Kansas.
Correct. Is that where you are now working, or are you somewhere else?
No. I actually live in Lawrence, but which I know a lot of people from Wichita because I'm a part of the National Federation of the Blind. So Kansas, so I know people from all over the state.
I actually have a friend in Lawrence, which is not that far from Kansas City, if memory serves correctly. I think I was actually there about a year ago. So I got a friend who plays mandolin from that area. So
Oh, cool.
Is he blind or she blind?
no, she is not. No,
Oh, okay.
she teaches at what is that small university y'all have over there?
Well, small university. It's KU. It's actually the biggest university in Kansas.
No. There's a smaller one.
Okay. I thought you were talking about KU.
No.
We have Haskell University, which is Indiana University in Lawrence. Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, once you said it, I'd know what it's called, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. So
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Yes, and Paul, I live in Phoenix, Arizona. Real quick, I belong to the NFB here in Arizona.
Oh, okay. I reckon we have a lot of Arizonians.
Everybody's from Arizona except for me.
Yeah, so I live in Mesa. Can everybody just say where they live so Paul knows?
Well, I kind of just
That's,
did. And Lori
and I
did.
just said I live in Phoenix.
Brandon.
Brandon, where do you live?
Paul knows where Brandon lives, I bet.
But okay. So okay, and Anya lives in Kansas, so I
Yeah.
guess we got that all out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So does anybody have I have a topic for tonight. Does anybody else have a topic they are burning to share or talk about?
Well, go ahead with yours. I mean, and we can pick up with lots of
You
different
can
things.
start.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I wanted to first of all, I'm a very independent woman and I voted for President Trump 3 times. But this morning I heard that he let George Santos out of prison. And as a survivor of guardianship abuse, I want to, and I think I'm going to start lobbying President Trump for this. I'm going to start calling the White House at least once a day about it. I think he needs to free innocent Americans who are wrongfully locked up. I'm not sure what George Santos was accused of, but I don't think he's squeaky clean, but there's plenty of innocent Americans who are wrongfully locked up. And what I'm speaking of is people locked in these guardianships. There are innocent Americans locked in these things right now. Americans who cannot pursue their dreams, who cannot pursue what God is calling them to. They're locked down by these guardianships, and it makes me so angry.
Wait,
And
but
and since President Trump is taking interest in releasing prisoners, I'm going to start lobbying him to pass a law to just terminate these guardianships. So all these people can be freed.
well, for one thing, president does not pass laws, but that's besides the point. Who is John Santos or whatever you said? What is
George Santos?
yeah, who is that?
You don't know who George Santos is?
I do
You
not.
don't know?
He is, I think he's a politician of some kind. I don't,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he's from California or New York, one of those places. And I don't know what he went to prison for, but he went to prison for something a while back, and Trump let him out. But I just wanted to take the opportunity to bring up and remind our viewers about all these people that are innocent people locked under these guardianships.
So if you
And
don't even know what he went to prison for and why Trump released him, how can you say that? You know, I don't know.
I'm not really saying anything about it. What I said is I'm using this opportunity to bring up my cause once again
Mhm.
about releasing people from guardianships. You know, that's all I'm saying is I just wanted to bring that up and repeat my cause for our viewers because I don't talk about it very often. So, but
Well,
that's and then another thing is, what do you guys think about what's going on with our ICE agents? All of the stuff that is being done to try to hurt them and their families.
that is absolutely horrible. Is Brandon here? I didn't hear him say anything in a while.
No, I haven't heard him either.
He was here. Brandon? Brandon, are you here? Paul?
No, I'm still here. I'm just listening.
Okay, Paul's here. I wonder what happened to Brandon.
But I don't think Brandon is here.
Okay, well, he'll come back.
Okay.
We can continue talking without Brandon.
Well,
So,
yeah. I mean, what's happening with ICE agents, of course, is despicable. What can you say? I watched. I don't know. I'm not gonna say any names, but maybe you guys
If he was here, we would know it.
say it again.
Lori, Anya, go ahead. Lori was talking about something else.
Oh, okay. So there is one person who was so-called protesting in Portland, Oregon. You know, it's a big mess right now. Like, it's just horrible there. So
Did we lose the chat?
he's visually impaired, not totally blind, but visually impaired, and he was just acting up and, you know,
Paul?
swearing at the ICE agents and flipping them off and harassing them, blocking the entrance into the facility, like not just alone, but a bunch of other idiots.
Right.
But
Hello?
so, and eventually,
Anybody here?
What's going on?
Gina, would you cut her feed, please? She's being very disruptive and she doesn't appear to hear us. Gina,
what if there's something wrong with the technology?
Okay, is that Lori's?
yes,
feed?
Lori doesn't appear to hear that we're talking and she's kind of talking over us.
And Brandon is gone.
No, Brandon
Yeah.
is back. I have him. Brandon, can you hear us?
Yeah, I would
Okay,
like
Brandon
Anya
is back, but we cannot hear him.
okay, but
I'm
but
gonna mute
Anya was
Lori.
talking and I don't want to be rude to Anya, so let's let Anya talk, and when Brandon makes it back in, he can get in, and Lori can please be quiet so Anya can talk.
Yeah, I think she was just having some issue technologically. Well, anyway, so what happened that ICE agents eventually lost their patience with him, and I don't exactly know what led up to it, like specifically, but that person was arrested. And yeah, they dragged him. A lot of people say, "Oh, they shouldn't have been that mean to him. He's a blind person." Blah blah blah. Yeah, but his behavior was not, was not very protesty. I'm making this word up. It was totally like, rioting. He was totally rioting and misbehaving. So, and then he goes all over Facebook complaining how poorly he was treated. And they get a hold of a local news media and trying to portray this case, how mean, like how terrible officials are. So yeah, I told that person, I gave him a piece of my mind. I said, like, look, you want to complain, you want to tell this side of the story, this part of the story, but why won't you tell the whole story? Like, if you're behaving this way, if you're assaulting the agents and doing all these crazy things, like, what did you think was going to happen? Did you think they're going to give you a lollipop and give you a cozy blanket to cuddle in, or what? Like, of course you deserve this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry this happened to you, but you brought it all upon yourself. And there was some discussion comments, and he didn't like what I said. He blocked me on Facebook.
Oh,
Well, did you actually know this person before, or was this someone?
Yeah, I know
okay.
this person personally.
That's okay.
Crazy. Yeah, I mean, if anybody gets too curious, you can just Google for yourselves. Blind man handcuffed in Portland. You'll find it. I just don't want to be the one.
I'll have to look it up. Yeah, I don't think I saw that report.
Well, Paul, as for you, if you don't mind me asking, like, I mean, we don't know you yet. Like, what are your views on everything? What's going on? What do you have something to add?
Well, all I'll say is that I think I've seen a lot of the No Kings protests go on over the Saturday and Sunday, and that is their right to peacefully protest. I believe we have that right. But when it becomes not peaceful, I think is when there's an issue, and it doesn't matter to me on what side you are on. If there's violence at all in the protest, then that's when the line to me is drawn.
It's crossed, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But even the protest itself, I mean, it doesn't seem to have any direction. Like, doesn't seem to have any goal. Like, what the hell does it even mean, no king? I mean, we have a king. Hello.
I think that a lot of people think that Trump views himself as a king, and so that's what the protest is for, as from what I've been told by a lot of people who are not Trump supporters. And I if I try to look at things from all sides of the coin, I could see why people wouldn't like things that Donald Trump does and want to do that. Me personally, I kind of look at it like, like I said earlier, that's kind of, their choice. And, as long as they're doing it in a peaceful manner, then, they live in America. They can do that. So that's, I guess, just kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, they are just exercising their right to like we have a right to freedom of expression in America. That's one of our constitutional rights, and that's all they're doing is they're expressing their feelings on things. And he's right, as long as they do it peacefully, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Well, I think
But
I see.
when it becomes not peaceful is and
Mhm.
violent, whether it's that or whether it's the other side, the right or the left, when it becomes a violent thing, I think is when like you was saying earlier, Becca, is when things really do get crossed, and that I can't
Yeah.
support. I know people who've gone to protests and for different things, and and they've gone and been happy about going, but things get a little rowdy, and I think someone I know went to a protest, and some people started throwing soda bottles at the cops, and that's just not something that I can support.
Right.
Yeah, that's never
But
good
I
throwing
question
stuff.
the whole idea of this particular protest. Like, just even the name sounds as ridiculous as it gets. Like, what do you mean, no king? We don't have king, honey. We don't.
Well, it's just another rabbit hole for the Democrats to send their followers down. You know what I mean? Just another thing for them to throw out there and try to get them mad at the conservatives and to get them hating Trump. Because Trump is definitely not a king, you know. He's kings don't don't give everything they have for their country like Trump does. You know what I mean? Like
And
he
kings are
literally
not
works
allowed
for
protesting.
nothing. He literally works for nothing. Right now, what is he doing right now? He's building a new ballroom. Him and some other investors are building a new ballroom at the White House. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
Yeah,
heard.
but can
Yeah,
anybody go in it but the
I was
wealthy?
watching about it today, and it sounds like this new ballroom is going to be so impressive. And the United States of America, we need to be impressive again. We need to shock and awe people when they come to visit. You know?
Yeah, but even with that, they find some kind of fault. Oh, Trump is spending all this money. It's not his house. Hillary Clinton was complaining about that too. I mean, this house, well, the White House, has been remodeled more times than Hillary Clinton was cheating on.
Well,
But
we have the Lincoln bedroom and other parts of the White House named after presidents. I think this ballroom should be the Trump ballroom.
well, maybe that's what he's gonna call it.
But
Just
I think that's
Excuse
what
me.
America should call it. What would you like, Lori?
I was having some problems technical wise, so I didn't mean to interrupt you, so sorry.
Okay, thank you.
is Brandon back yet?
Brandon, are you aboard?
I wonder
So,
what happened.
Paul, tell us some more about yourself then, would you?
What's
Because
happening
you're,
with Brandon is he keeps on having to disconnect because we can't hear him. I don't know if it's a laptop issue, and so Brandon, we still can't hear you.
Hopefully, he can hear us telling him that.
yeah,
Yeah.
poor Brandon.
and Brandon,
Yeah, he could. He
What
gave me a
happened?
thumbs up.
okay, Brandon's having trouble hearing us, so. And I know if he was able to, certainly he would have his 2 cents on the conversation. I know
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
as y'all have probably learned from him is, he certainly can have be very loquacious, as I'm sure y'all have learned about him.
Yeah. How did you guys meet? How did you guys know each other?
We met kind of through a mutual friend. We used to play a racing game for the blind, and it was called Top Speed 3, and it was on Windows. And yeah, a mutual friend of ours kind of introduced us to each other,
Mm.
and
Mhm.
we that was in 2016, I reckon, and we've been in touch kind of ever since.
Oh,
So,
sweet.
Paul, do you have a family?
Well, I don't have kids that I know of.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But no, I don't have a family.
Okay.
No girlfriend, no boyfriend, no transgender friend, none of that. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, but so you said unfortunately you got laid off, but like do you do you have a house or apartment, or like how do you live? Where
Yeah,
do you
so
live?
we live in a home. We have a few roommates here. Um,
So, can I ask, do you use a dog or a cane?
yeah, that's a good question. I use a cane.
Okay.
My roommate who owns the house, her husband who lives with us, he uses a guide dog, but most of us here use canes.
And how many are in the house? How many people are in the house?
There's 5 of us here.
Okay.
4 of us are, blind or visually impaired, and then one of us is not.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. And then how's your guys' transportation system out there? How do you get around?
We do have, like a paratransit, as I'm sure y'all have in Arizona, and then we have, the Lyft, the Ubers, and all that. So we're able to get around pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the life for the blind folk has gotten so much easier with all these new apps. Like
Oh
you
yeah.
don't
No
have to
kidding.
go to the grocery store if you don't have to, and wait at the customer service desk, wait for a shopper's assistant.
Excuse me, Rebecca, I cannot hear anything Paul is saying.
Paul's not speaking. Anya is.
I can't hear Anya either.
I'm sorry, Lori. We may be able to work on your technical difficulties when we're off the air,
Yes, I'm so sorry.
so it's not disrupting the show. Thanks.
Yeah, no, it's amazing just in the last 5 years, really, how much the technology has changed.
Absolutely. I mean, I know friends who are perfectly capable of, getting an Uber or taxi or, anything, go to the store and shop, but they just prefer not to. Okay, that sounds like I'm in a commercial break.
Hi, it's me, Rebecca S. Meadows, the author, with my new book, Living on Borrowed Time, The Ravings of an Angry Survivor of Traumatic Brain Injury and Guardianship Abuse. It's available on Kindle Digital Download, Amazon Print on Demand, and on Audible. Please go check it out. And now, back to the show. Okay, are we back?
Yes, we are.
It should be.
Sounds like just still
Okay.
crowd. Still no Brandon.
Okay. Okay, so I believe, was Paul speaking when we went to commercial?
Oh no, I was saying that I know some people who are perfectly capable of going shopping and they just choose not to because it's so easy to click buttons and then put stuff in your virtual cart and have it delivered to your doorstep.
Well, it is, and if you look at the transportation costs and that kind of a thing, you can end up spending about the same amount that you would, in those fares, than if you just tip someone a little bit more money, with Instacart or DoorDash or what have you. So we use a little bit of all three. Sometimes we'll be out and we'll go to the store and use customer service. Sometimes if our roommate's awake, calls our roommate who can see, can drive. So sometimes we'll, use her a little bit. If she's going out to the store, then we'll say, hey, can we go with you? Or sometimes we'll use Instacart. Our roommate, though, she's one of them people who, sleeps during the day a lot of the time and kind of is awake during the night. So it's sometimes a little interesting.
Yeah, I mean, and plus all that stress that you have to deal with when you go, not always, but sometimes. I had pretty bad experience in Minnesota. I went to shop at Aldi. You guys know that store?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the first they didn't want to give me customer service. I mean, no customer, the agent like to shop with me, shopper's assistant. So I was waiting. Eventually, they sent me some kind of manager or somebody to shop with me. He was so mean. Like it was so rude. He was acting like I was just the last thing he wants to deal with. And I don't remember all the details because it was, some years ago, but he pissed me off to no end. And he would not like read to me the brands if I asked him to, like, okay, get this, okay, this and this. And then he brings me to the cashier, like to check out, and he just leaves. No questions. Ask you, like, okay, like, do you need any more help? Or, I'm not asking you to help me bag my groceries. Like, it's my responsibility. I get it. If you do it, good. Thank you. If you don't, it's okay. Like, just to turn around and no buy nothing. Oh, I got so mad. I wrote corporate. I filed a complaint.
I don't blame you.
Oh,
did you get a response?
Yes, I did.
What did they say?
Well, they
Or
said
what
they're
did they
going to
do?
contact that store and they're going to talk to the manager at that store. And then I specified the name because I asked the cashier lady. I said, "Do you know what his name is?" She told me. I didn't know his last name, but knowing the store's location, they could figure it out.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then
Wow.
they responded, and then they promised to do some training, like how to
Mm,
test the blind
Good
person.
for you for standing up for yourself, Anya.
Oh, thank
that's
you.
great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I've never shopped at an Aldi's personally, but I know there's some around here. I know I'll never step
That's
foot in one
true.
down knowing that's how they treat blind people.
No, they
Yeah.
generally don't. That's the only experience I had. Although I shopped at Aldi a lot.
You
So
you shop at Aldi's a lot there in Kansas?
no. Well, when I lived in Minnesota, and even
Oh,
now,
when you lived in Minnesota. Okay.
right now when I go to
Mm.
Aldi, I don't ask for assistance because I go with my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have some Aldi's here, but I've never really been to one.
It's pretty good. I mean, prices are generally a little bit lower than at other stores. They won't
Mhm.
have all the things. Like if you're a fancy cook, if you want to get some, I don't know, some some different brands. Like they're not very big on brands. If you're looking for something specific, you may not find. But if you're going for bread, milk, eggs, I don't know, cookies, butter, you'll find all that.
They have a lot of their brand is called Clancy, and they have a lot of their brands. So, for example, if you want something like Pringle potato chips, well, you may not find those at Aldi's, but you'll find Clancy, which is their brand of a Pringle, or you might find
Oh.
Aldi's Cola, which is essentially their Coke, and so I've been there. They had a lot of them when I lived in Missouri, and so I've been there and got to try some of their foods and got to shop there and so yeah, they have a lot of. Anya's absolutely right. You may not find a lot of the brands that you might know at Walmart or Safeway, but you can get a lot of things there.
Yeah, that's true. Where in Missouri did you live?
I lived in a little town called Warrensburg, Missouri. It was about an hour and a half away from Kansas City. You might
Oh,
have heard of it.
no, I have
Hmm.
not.
Mm.
Excuse me. But I do go to Kansas City quite often, both Kansas and Missouri side.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Did you participate in the NFB of Missouri at all?
No. Well, I take that back. I did a tad. I had some friends there in the NFB, and I did go to a few of the functions with them, but I was never a member.
Mm.
See. Yeah, we do some activities combined sometimes. Like we do walk for opportunity. Missouri and Kansas
Mm.
together. So we go to Missouri, we walk in a park. It's like a fundraiser.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Well, it looks
Yep.
like you're able to hear us now, Lori. So I'm glad whatever
Yes, I
was
don't
an
know what the
issue.
matter was.
I'm glad it
I'm
seems
so
to have
sorry.
worked. No, you're fine. I'm glad you're able to hear us now and you're able to contribute.
Yes.
So
I
welcome
didn't
in
mean
officially.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just letting you know that there was a small problem.
Well, it looks like it's fixed itself, so that's good. Welcome
Yes,
in.
I'm grateful.
Yeah, I feel bad that Brandon's not here, and the reason I keep saying it because he brought his friend, and now
Yeah, well, but this is
I
our
know.
That's
opportunity to get to
interesting.
know Paul, without
Yes.
Brandon around, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Although I can't say that I can laugh like Brandon. I don't think I have that quite down, but I don't know if anybody else does.
I don't think so either.
Brandon's quite a character.
Yes.
Well, he's someone who you'll never forget. I'll tell you that much.
That's true.
I
Okay, now we
remember
go. Go ahead.
when I first heard him speak, and he said something like, "Hello, this is Brandon Miller coming to you from location from my house." And I called my friend and go, "Who did you invite to this group? Like, who is this guy?"
Yep.
And
That sounds just like Brandon.
yeah, and as we was getting to know each other, he sent me a message randomly, a voice message, and it said it was I don't know 4 a.m. on a Saturday, and it just said Coca-Cola is awesome. And then I called him. I was like, "What the heck was that?"
He might must have been high or something. Who drinks Coca-Cola at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Well, obviously he did, or he must have seen a
Not
commercial
me.
and thought of me or something. And I called him and said, "Why'd you do that?" Or something like that. And he said, "Because Coca-Cola is awesome." I said, "Okay, can't argue with that line of thinking."
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
wouldn't argue with that. I don't think it's awesome.
You know, one thing I love about Coke is Coke has really changed over the years. It's been lots of different things.
It
There
has.
was, I remember the Coke, the white cans with the colored letters, and then the Coca-Cola Classic, the red cans with
Yeah.
the, I think it was white lettering on it. And there's cherry Coke and Diet Coke, and I think now there's also like vanilla Coke. There's so many
And
Cokes
Coke
out there.
Zero.
Oh yeah, Coke Zero, yeah.
So Becca, have you been able to see before?
I was blinded when I was 12 years old in 1989, and I've gotten some vision back. And honestly, I've been doing stem cell therapy for just over a year now, and I've been getting like even more healing back than I
Oh,
had
wow.
previously.
Well, that's
So,
great.
Yes.
Now, I
But
guess
isn't
I didn't tell. Go
sorry,
ahead.
no,
well,
go
can you
ahead.
tell us your story, Paul? Would you?
No, well, I guess I didn't really
Yes.
say, for those who are interested or who can see, you might be able to tell by how I look. But for those who cannot, on the podcast side of things, I am completely blind. I've been blind since birth. I was one of those premature babies that was born 3.5 months too
Oh.
early. So quite a long time too early, or, so I've never seen before. So it's interesting to kind of hear always, it's interesting to always hear perspectives of those who have seen before and remember things like you do, Becca, when it comes down to, the different colors of Coke cans and that kind of thing that, as someone who can't see, I don't even think about, a Coke's a Coke, I think about the flavors. So it's really interesting for me to kind of hear those kinds of things.
Okay.
And you mentioned that if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer. But you mentioned that you were adopted as a child. Was it like from a different country or?
Yes, I was adopted from Taiwan. My adopted parents adopted. I have 8 siblings. They adopted
Oh.
7 of us from all different countries, and then
my.
one, my older sister came from my mom and my dad, and then my oldest brother came from my mother's prior marriage. So my 2 older brothers are from Romania, and then we have I have a sibling who is from Haiti, and one from Russia, and a couple of them from Alaska itself. So we're quite a mixed bag, literally.
That sounds so cool. Sometime
Very
maybe you
cool.
can share with us what it was like growing up in a family like that. It must have been a lot of fun.
Yes, it must
There
have
were
been.
some definite moments. I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Are they all blind? All your siblings are blind?
No,
Are
I'm the
we?
only one.
Oh.
Okay.
So did you
Tell
feel
us.
like you had a lot of family support from your siblings and your parents though when you were growing up as a blind child?
Well, I think, as all of us probably have interesting stories about being a blind child, but I think um, in some ways I was real blessed because my parents tried to raise me as normal as possible. And so, I think a lot of, for the most part, my siblings pretty much treated me normal. But, at the very same time, when my siblings was learning how to ride a bike or whatever, or would go bike to the movies, just like all of y'all probably can relate, I didn't really get those opportunities like they did, if they went to go rollerblading with their friends, I wasn't really invited by all the neighborhood kids or, all the kids that might have been doing that kind of thing, so not to, throw a pity party or anything like that, but that's just how it was.
Yeah, I experienced the same thing after I went blind. So I understand how the loneliness and
Yes.
how it feels to go through that. I think a lot of us do.
I think that's why, not to get off topic, and I know there was topics that I reckon people wanted to discuss this evening, but I do think that's why a lot of, blind people, you hear a lot of them, if they're a little older, they are really into book reading, or if they're a lot younger, they're really into, computers and knowing a lot about how computers work, because that's kind of how they get through life, if you will. And I think it's kind of sad. But to answer your original question, though, yeah, I think for the most part, my siblings treated me pretty normally. I'll tell y'all one story, since I think one of y'all asked. I got a bike when I was younger, a regular bike. It wasn't a tandem bike, and I'd ride it, around the driveway, or I'd ride it, a few houses down until I didn't want to get lost. Well, one day my sister and I, we decided we wanted to race down the street, and I was probably around 8 years old, and my sister was about 6, and so we're racing, and she's kind of directing me, turn left to turn right, and I don't know if I think she got her rights and her lefts confused, and so she meant to say turn left from the way she told me, and she accidentally said turn right. Well, I turned right, and what ended up happening was I crashed in my neighbor's yard. Now, my neighbor had a boat parked in their driveway, and on the back of the boat was the propeller blades. And the propeller blades cut about 2 inches away from my jugular vein. And so that was a pretty scary moment.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Oof.
Wow.
And what happened after that?
Well,
Yeah.
I heard my next door neighbor cuss, and he picked me up and brought me to my parents' house. And my parents was, a little concerned, but they put a Band-Aid on it. I'm crying because I think I'm going to die. And so,
Well, yes.
yeah, it was a big ordeal. But an hour later, I was back on the bike in a parking lot this time, and I was totally fine. So, but definitely very scary, because it
Wow.
could have been a lot worse.
Oh, yeah, that is scary.
Of course.
Thanks for sharing, Paul.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
And all this was in Alaska. You said you grew up in Alaska, right?
Correct. Yeah. I grew
What
up
was
Oh,
in-
wow.
What was it like? You know that Alaska used to belong to Russia.
That's
years ago.
correct. Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah. So what was it like? I know everybody wants to go to Alaska. Everybody talks about on a cruise to Alaska or just to visit.
I've been on the cruise to Alaska, by the way.
Where did you go?
To Killalook and Skagway and Juneau.
Oh, yeah. So you was in the southeastern part. See, I never been to those
Yes.
areas. I lived in Anchorage, which is the kind of the big city of Alaska.
Uh-huh.
call
the
it that.
biggest.
Yeah. And so,
Yes.
we had, the malls. And for those of you who may not know what a mall is, kids, malls are where we'd go and hang out. If you was one of the cool kids, you'd hang out at the mall and you'd go shopping there. I know kids don't know what that is today, but for any kids that might be listening, that's what a mall is. But we had the malls. We had everything, that a city would have. We had restaurants, and it did snow. One of the things that's really hard for people who move to Alaska who ain't used to it, and I can imagine it would be very difficult, is as many of y'all probably know, Alaska in the summertime, it's very, very light for a lot of the day. But in the wintertime, it's very, very dark. So in the wintertime, you can have, like in December, the sun might come up at 10 a.m. and go down at 4 p.m. But in the summertime, the sun may come up at, say, 4 a.m. and not, go down till 2 or 3 a.m. And so it's really, really strange, because, you'd be outside in the summertime as a kid or whatever, and it's 9, 10, 11, and it's still totally bright out. You're if you can see, you don't think to go to bed. Meanwhile, though, the same can be said in the wintertime, which is, well, it's dark all the time. All I want to do is be in bed. So that's kind of the hard thing that a lot of people have trouble getting used to.
Pardon me, my friend, she was my roommate at one time. She lived in Alaska with her husband for a while, and she said she suffered from depression or the fact that it was dark so much.
It is a thing. Interesting facts. Alaska, unfortunately, has the highest suicide rate per capita,
Yes.
which I can totally understand. But interesting fact as well that Alaska per capita also eats the most ice cream out of every state.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know why you'd want to eat ice cream when it's really, really cold, but
So I also went on a Norwegian
It's
cruise up to
like
Alaska.
commercial.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Why don't they have blind people sections at sporting events? Why do I gotta pay the same price to not see shit? Okay? The Jumbotron ain't even built for me.
I am the business manager here at the Visually Impaired School of Arizona.
I see you brought the film crew. Make sure you get my good side.
All right, settle down and get focused on your tasks.
I teach the art of cuisine, child.
You wanna know what the problem, the biggest problem in the blind community? It's you sighted people.
Just take a look over here.
Yeah, I don't know where that is, man.
Okay, you all need to turn off those cameras and just leave the building.
Wait, Joe, hold on.
Oh, on your right.
You're on the right.
How would you know that the men you're dating are black?
No, this is not card member services. This is the Visually Impaired School of Arizona.
Gigi, where are his pants?
I don't know.
Billy doesn't f***ing work here. He basically came with the building.
I can be the very first mayor of Blind Sylvania.
Make blind America great again.
There goes my pie.
This happens every day.
No, of course
Sometimes.
not.
Are we all back?
okay, it looks like the commercial is over. So, Becky, I believe you were speaking last about you had friends in the Alaska state.
Back.
All right, Becca's frozen. We can't hear Brandon.
It's all Paul's fault.
It might be.
Lori's gone.
Oh my goodness. Well, Gino, thank you so much for producing and for doing all that you do behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
It seems like tonight might be a bit of a tougher one for you. So, on behalf of everyone, I'd like to just say that we appreciate you doing all that you do.
Yes, you're doing great.
Yeah, Lori's here too, so good.
Hey guys, I'm sorry.
Yes,
got
I
kicked
lost
off
everybody for a
somehow.
minute, but I came back in.
What did you say back?
I got kicked out a minute ago. I don't know what happened, guys. What were you guys? I just came back in upon something. Is everything okay?
No,
Oh, yeah, there was a commercial.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So does we have like 10 or 15 minutes left of the show? Is there anything else pressing people want to talk about?
Well, I think when you left off, you was talking about how you had friends up in the state of Alaska, if I'm correct.
I was talking about.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I guess maybe Lori was
She
talking.
was.
Go ahead, Lori.
She lived there for a while, but she was glad to come back to the other part of the U.S.
Oh, yeah, I got
She
you.
lived there for about 9 months.
So Paul, what brought you from Alaska to California? The blindness training, or like
Correct.
What did you do?
Yeah,
And
I
why
went
California?
to. That's kind of a good question. I think we'd heard a lot of good things about the one that I went to. The one that I went to, allowed you to kind of learn at your own pace, and so I think that's kind of why we chose that one.
Can you share with us which blind?
Yes, we have 2 centers here in Arizona.
Paul, can you share with us which
Savvy
blind
in Phoenix and Savvy in Tucson.
Yeah, so I went to one called, it was formerly known as Living Skills, and now I guess it's called the Hatland Center for the Blind, and it used to be in San Pablo, California, and I guess now it's recently moved to Sacramento, California. So.
Oh.
Thank you for sharing.
And do you have a dog or a cane? I missed that part.
No, I have a cane.
I have a cane too.
Right on.
And like, what was the curriculum like? Is it like in the NFB centers, or is there like different approach to teaching? What do they do?
Yeah, so the curriculum is very it is based on what you want to learn, and so if you want to learn, they teach you, cooking, cleaning, using different modes of transportation. But if you want to learn, how to cook a specific item, you can do that. I'm a big stock car fan. I'm a big NASCAR fan, and so I wanted to go to a NASCAR race. And so one of the lessons that counted as a lesson was for me to take the train or take the bus to a specific area, and take the train to a specific area and meet up with different people. And so we was able to incorporate that into an actual lesson.
Oh, how interesting.
That's cool. And do they
Yeah.
teach you cooking too? Cooking skills, like household skills.
Well, if you ask anyone who's tried my cooking, they might say no, they didn't teach me cooking. But generally speaking, yes, they did do that as well. Yes.
Oh, come on! I don't believe that. I mean, I don't believe that anybody who tried your cooking would say it's bad. What do you like to cook?
I cook steaks, burgers, hot dishes.
Ooh.
Zhao calls them casseroles.
Yes.
I'm getting better kind of at chicken. I'm still not. I don't know if it's super great still. My ribs ain't bad. You got to be kind of careful with those. So I do a little bit of it.
Yeah. Do you use grill or oven?
No, we use the oven mostly. We don't have an official grill. So.
Yeah, grilled food is awesome. It's my favorite. Like.
It's good.
I don't know how to grill. I don't.
I don't either.
They taught us at CCB a little bit. Only gas grill, and it was so long ago, and I never practiced much because in my culture, grilling is for men. Women.
That's right.
Yeah, women mostly take care of like inside work, preparing salads, hot dishes, table, and men are responsible for marinating meat and grilling the meat.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Brandon was here, I know he'd be talking about grilling because I know he's done it in the past and has enjoyed it. So it's a bummer he wasn't really able to be here tonight. I don't know if he's still here at all or if he's gone, but I'll have to give him some grief when I talk to him next.
They offered it at Savvy, but of course I didn't take it up because I wasn't interested in it. Like you said, I figured that was for the guys.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Brandon apparently couldn't make it back into the show.
I know. You have to call him after and ask what happened, Paul.
Yes.
No, it never happened that he showed up, and then eventually throughout the show, they would figure it out. Him and Gina would figure out what happened and fix it.
Yeah.
Remember, Brandon was.
I know there was a little bit of
bringing
technical
another
logical
guy on
problems.
to help even out the score, and then
I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Did you guys hear me?
No, I think Lori was talking to it. I think Lori cannot hear when you were talking.
Yeah, it's weird that she can't hear us.
No, but I was able to come back in later.
Okay, Lori, I'm trying to speak. What I was saying was, it's unfortunate that Brandon couldn't make it back in because he's so much part of the show. You know what I mean?
I know, and plus he brought a friend, like I said.
Yeah, it would have been cool if he could have,
But he just threw Paul to the ladies.
Yeah, yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of ditched you, Paul.
I'm wondering if this was a setup. I'm starting to kind of wonder.
Are you looking around behind you? There might be more ladies.
You'll have to ask Brandon.
I have to ask him next time I talk to him. Yeah.
When you guys talk, what do you use? You use Signal? I know Brandon likes Signal.
No, we generally just use the phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he told me he liked Signal. I had Signal on my old phone, but when I got the new iPhone, I could not transport my data, and Signal was giving me a lot of grief. And I was like, I said whatever.
Yeah, that app is like that. If you use other similar apps, they won't be as strict. But yeah, Signal is like that. I have Signal on my phone, and I don't have any of the messages from my prior phones. So Yeah, that's something that I think Signal kind of did by design to keep it as secure as possible. But I could see how it could definitely be a pain.
Is Signal free?
Signal is free,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't have that on my phone. I have WhatsApp on my phone.
Yeah, it's essentially the same thing, just a different company.
I
Might be more
figured.
secure.
Supposedly most secure, but I'm not
Uh-huh.
sure about that.
I was guessing it was similar to WhatsApp.
Yeah,
Okay, so
WhatsApp.
what time is it?
Well, WhatsApp is pretty good, but it's like, I know there's a lot more options than just talking. There are groups you can participate in or channels or something. Is that true? I never really was curious enough.
With WhatsApp, yes, there are groups you can make, and
I think so.
Yeah, I was trying to join the group. Like I was trying to find some groups in Latin America to practice Spanish. But apparently, like you can't just join groups; you have to be invited there, and it's very confusing. And
Yes.
I don't
yeah,
think
I
it's
think
very
that's right. I think that's true. Yeah.
And Telegram, and Telegram is not. You guys know Telegram too?
Yeah.
No, I've never used it.
I don't use most of these apps. Like I've been invited to them, but I don't use them because I don't spend a lot of time on social media like that. I do a lot of reading
We're learning a few other apps
and
tonight.
studying myself on things. So
What are you reading now, Beck? I'm trying to find what to read right now.
oh shoot. What am I reading right now? It's on Audible. I can't think of the
I would recommend an author if you need one.
I don't even know. I can't remember. This is a new book.
Hello?
I downloaded it because it was recommended by Audible. And so it's an author I haven't listened to before. It's a book about this woman who went missing.
Her name is Barbara Hinsky. Or Hinsk, Hinski.
Who?
That's an author.
Which author?
Her name is Barbara Hinsky.
The one that
And she writes about blind issues, but uses it in novel fashion. So
That's not the author I was
a novel based,
thinking
but there's a lot of history about blindness in it.
Lori, she obviously is not hearing us, and it's really
Very well done.
frustrating and quite comical, really.
I'm sorry, but it's to the point where it's funny.
Yeah, I
She
know.
lives here in Phoenix.
I know. We're gonna have to do something before the next show, I think.
I mean, it just coincided when you said about your book. Lori goes, "Oh, and
She's also written other
yeah, she doesn't seem to even hear you, Anya.
series.
She's like talking.
I think I'm wondering if there's a delay or something.
there must be a huge delay."
I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Lori, can you hear us?
But since she was looking for a book series, I was
Lori,
trying to
can
help.
you hear us? Lori, can you hear us? Lori, say something.
Yeah, I
She
think
can't hear us.
there must be a delay. A delay or something.
Delay.
I don't think it's even a delay because she hasn't responded.
No, because she can hear you. Whatever you say comes to her. Maybe like.
Maybe you can let Becca know so she can pass it along. Unless I can
She's
tell her
not even
next week.
talking to us. She's talking to somebody else about me now. So I don't know who she's talking to.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
she mentioned your name, so I think it's like delayed by 30 seconds or something is what it seems like.
Oh.
Lori, can you tell us? Lori, can you say butterfly if you can hear us?
Unless we're the only two left.
Lori, say butterfly.
Yeah, I think it's too delayed. She'll say it in about 30 seconds from now.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think she's hearing us at all, guys. Lori? Yeah, see, I don't think she's hearing us at all.
Yeah, you could
So when did you move to California?
Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on, but I definitely don't think she's talking to us.
No, she's asking Paul when he moved to California, but I don't know if she can.
Is she not hearing me, maybe?
Can you hear me, Lori, at all?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, now it's back
And
on.
when did you move to California? I said.
Lori, you much.
I was here about 10 years ago, and then
Uh,
like I said, I went to Missouri, and then I moved back 2.5 years after that. So
I see.
Paul, did you tell us how old you are?
I'm 29.
Oh,
That's
okay.
nice.
Yeah, you're probably the youngest on the show.
Yeah, he is the youngest on the
I
show, I
might
think.
be.
Hmm.
But if it would make you all feel more comfortable, I can do an old man imitation if you want me to do that instead of my actual voice.
Oh,
Can
Paul.
we hear your old man imitation?
Maybe next time. That'll give you all something to look forward to.
Oh, are you saying you'll join us next time? We
Did
haven't
I
been too
say?
much for you?
Oh, well, it all depends if Brandon shows up next time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of cruel of him to leave you here, the only guy to contend with us female chickens.
Yeah, well, because, sometimes him and I, as you would imagine, when you know someone pretty well, y'all can kind of feed off of each other.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that's why it would have been fun if he was funner.
If he was here,
You
yeah.
guys say fun. You might have regretted that I ever showed up once you guys see how we interact with each other.
No, I want to see you too.
I'm glad that Brandon invited you to the show, Paul.
Well, I
Well,
don't
thank
agree
y'all
with
once
that
again
one.
for having me.
Yes,
well,
I think
thanks
it's
for
nice to
joining
meet you
us.
tonight.
Yeah, sorry it's been all so spotty and then
It's
lots
been a
of
little
hiccups.
wonky this evening, but that's
Yeah.
part of showbiz. That's what they say.
It's
Yeah.
not
Yes.
always, it's not always like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay. You got to be having fun. You got to be enjoying it. I heard a broadcaster once say, you're going to have things break. You're going to have technical glitches every single weekend. So you might as well just have fun while you're having them.
That's so true.
Yeah,
So
if we were to edit the show, like if we didn't go live, but edit it later for publishing,
I enjoy the
I
podcast.
don't
It's
even
very
know
well done.
I don't even know what we would keep from this because it's so messed up.
yeah, it'd be tough to edit this one. It'd be tough to do that.
Yeah, well, we do the show live, right? And we do it live for a reason because I like to show people, at their naturalness. You know what I mean?
No, I do.
Like-
and
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like people to be just themselves, so not
Yeah,
scripted.
we usually cover like a variety of topics. We talk about politics, about blindness issues. We talk about technology. Talk about books, holidays, like whatever is coming up for holidays. We talk about that. I mean, it can get interesting. I don't know how many people would enjoy listening to that, but
Well, I hope I didn't take up too much of y'all's show this evening. I know y'all kind of asked
You
me a lot of
didn't.
questions.
oh
and-
no, I mean you.
Oh no,
you're the
Paul,
guest.
this
It's
is
good to
great
get to
having you
know
on the
you.
show, and you contributed a fair amount. Thank you so much for your participation.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not sure if we're going to get Becca back.
Becca.
Oh, so I'm wondering if so Lori, Becca is here, but maybe you can't hear her, but you can
Oh.
hear everyone else.
Yes.
That's interesting. We'll have to
Oh,
figure
you know
that out
what?
before.
So here's the thing, Paul. Like normally when we do the show, I'm at my laptop using my headphones and my microphone, and I'm not today. So I wonder if maybe Lori really is having trouble hearing me.
Well, but we
Yeah.
do. Though. We can.
You guys can hear me though. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, so
No.
Becca is here, Lori, but it sounds like you can hear us, but you can't hear her. So
Yes. I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
okay, that's what's going on. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I thought there was a delay because she was telling you to say butterfly and all that, and you wasn't saying. We was all kind of confused.
No, but there was definitely a delay because you and I, Paul, you and I were saying something, and Lori still
Yeah.
couldn't.
She never did hear me say butterfly because she never said it.
Yeah, Becca kept
So
telling you to say butterfly, and you never said it. So
Oh, I'm so sorry.
maybe next week we'll get all these things ironed out.
yeah, we got to figure out
Yes.
why everybody else can hear me, but you can't, Lori.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an issue with the platform, or sometimes.
Well, she was talking over Anya quite a bit. I think maybe she has trouble hearing Anya too.
Yeah. Well, again, it's technology. It's what can you do? One day it works, one day it doesn't.
But you guys want to wrap up the show? I think it's about 6:00 here.
Yes, it is 8:00.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight for this exciting episode of The Blind View right here on Becca's World on Rumble and YouTube and several other platforms. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And peace out, y'all. That's a wrap. Thanks everybody for your participation. Bye-bye.
So I'm going to.
Thank you for watching Becca's World. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.